Assalamualaikum, brothers and sisters. Alhamdulillah, this morning I'm still able to continue to make my video on the subject of religion and belief, because it is important subject to know, because will be subjected to day of judgment, when will be asked on our belief. So it is very important to have our belief right, and what we are doing in this world is right. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala had revealed that I'll send down my guidance to mankind. Whoever follow my guidance, no need to worry and no need to feel sad. So hopefully this morning we achieve that. At least we feel happy about it. Me who doing this video feel happy about it, and you who listen will also be happy. Okay, brothers and sisters, now I add on a new thing to my video, that is talking on what is going on in this world presently, and what I seen in the YouTube that I like to share with you. Lately I was interested on vaccine for COVID-19. That is something of my interest nowadays, and been looking through information in the YouTube to get information like what vaccine is. Okay, we know there are few vaccine produced, I think less than 10 number of vaccine produced, mostly from big countries, technologically advanced country like US produce a number, Pfizer, Moderna produced in US, I think also Johnson and Johnson. UK produce Oxford AstraZeneca. Russia produce Sputnik, and China produce a number, Sinopharm. I think they produce more variety than other country. Sinovac, Sinopharm. Surprisingly, Japan has not produced any. I wonder why. And lately, I heard Taiwan produce vaccine, but they have not exported to other country yet, so it's for their own use. Yes, there's different technology in producing the vaccine. Some like conventional method, some like modern method. So most of the Western medicine they produce by modern methods, and the Chinese vaccine produced by conventional method. So what is the difference? I think let me talk a little bit on the different. One they call using vector virus, adenovirus vector, and the other one they don't use adenovirus, they just use mRNA. In China, they use inactivated virus. Inactivated meaning they change the makeup of the virus as such that the virus will not multiply. So what this vaccine doing is just to simulate or to make our body to produce defense system. Our body will produce antibodies to defend itself from being destroyed by this virus. The advantage of using adenovirus is that the vaccine is more robust compared to the vaccine that use mRNA. Like the pizza, we know it need temperature of minus 80, 70. So its logistic is very difficult. We need to have equipment that can do the temperature 80 to 70 degrees, and that equipment is also expensive, so may not be suitable for use in developing country. So it has disadvantage, but then they come with Moderna, which require temperature higher than 80. I think Moderna require, I don't know, I can remember, it's minus 20, so it's not too bad. But AstraZeneca require only -4, so it's more robust vaccine. So is the Sinopharm Chinese vaccine, which require only normal refrigerator that we find in our home enough to keep the vaccine in good order. Of course, there are also vaccine that is easy to produce, and they can produce in big number very quickly. I think AstraZeneca is one that can a lot more being produced than say Pfizer or Moderna, and also the Chinese vaccine produced in big number because the Chinese ability to manufacture is better than other countries because they have the manpower big manpower to do the manufacturing as quickly as possible. So, and also the cost, of course, AstraZeneca claimed to be non-profitable organization, so they don't sell their vaccine as expensive as Pfizer or Moderna. I came to know a little bit how AstraZeneca work. It uses the virus from chimpanzee called the adenovirus vector. They modified the virus to make it the gene like the coronavirus. So what happened? What they do? They transport this gene is inserted in the adenovirus and carry into our cell. So adenovirus vector is only a messenger to carry the DNA of the coronavirus into the cell. So this adenovirus get into the cell, and then what it do, it cause the cell to produce mRNA. You'll see that it also produces mRNA, while the pizza is injecting mRNA into the cell outside the cell. So I don't know whether it go inside or outside the cell. And mRNA in the cell then produce spike protein, and this spike protein attach itself to the cell, and this is similar makeup as coronavirus spike. Then our body recognize it as being attacked by the coronavirus, and then but it's not a real coronavirus, but only the spike is like coronavirus. And then our body just see the spike and produce antibody that will do something to the spike, meaning that the right antibodies that will make the spike less able to penetrate into the cell. That's how antibody work. You just do something to the spike and make the spike less able to penetrate into the cell. That's how antibody protect the virus from entering into the cell. Similar to mRNA pizza at the later stage, but pizza use mRNA, while AstraZeneca it make the cell to produce mRNA, but the end result is the same, that is to produce spike protein that attached to the cell, and then the antibody will be produced from our body to attack or produce of the body, our body produce antibody to do something to the spike to make it less able to penetrate to our cell. To me, it's very interesting that what our body can do, what our body do to make us not falling sick. So they call it our body response. Some people respond better, some people respond less. for the children. Why children are not being vaccinated? Because the children is able to make the antibodies maybe very quickly, very fast, and enough to protect them from getting severely sick. But for the adult, for especially the older people, the response is less than, say, the young people. So the young people is more able to combat or be naturally cured. But of course, the vaccine will help some people don't want to get vaccinated. That is a surprise. Actually, the vaccine had helped because trial has been conducted and the efficacy of the vaccine has been established. Some like Moderna and Pfizer, efficacy is, say, better than Sinopharm and better than AstraZeneca. Pfizer being 90% and AstraZeneca being 70 to 60%, Sinopharm being 60%, 60 to 70%. So AstraZeneca and Sinopharm is more or less the same efficacy, while the Moderna and Pfizer is a bit higher.